All right, crazy smart internet marketing friends. We have stumbled across a little roadblock here. We are working with the client, which is Sammamish Mortgage, and their whole CMS and website is powered by a pretty cool company called Open Close, who does CMSs for mortgage companies. And so we partnered up with them to extend their website essentially to create local pages for every city in the state of Washington so that they could be found for those search terms. So what we did is we've got their main domain sammamishmortgage.com, and then we created a subdomain localsammamishmortgage.com local dot, and this is where we built our local database off of. So if you click to Enumclaw, choose us as your Enumclaw mortgage company, and this will help increase their chances of being found when somebody Googles Enumclaw mortgage company. So that's the basic strategy behind it. And so if we and what they open closed is they basically kind of masked the URL, but that's not actually exactly what they did, I don't believe. So that when you come here, it's kind of like creating a virtual directory, and you look for this URL. Anytime they get a URL that's whack local, and then whatever trails it, they actually are sending that to our server at local.sammamishmortgage. But to the end user, what they see is www.sammamishmortgage local/mortgage-company states Enumclaw. So to the search engines and to the end user, it looks like they're on the same server, which is what we want. So, and if we come back here and we just go to one, we can select any of these cities, and we navigate to any of them, and again it still looks like we're on this domain, so that all works fine. But when we go to go back to anywhere other than to the homepage, if we go to the homepage, the default.aspx, it navigates there just fine. But when we go to estimate request, we get this 404 error, and it says that it's going to internet instant rate quote is the requested URL. The physical path is here on the local.sammamishmortgage.com site, even though we have you can see this is a this is a if we inspect this element, it's HTTP, it's a direct link to that site, and yet it's redirecting it and saying that it can't be found. So not really sure why that's happening. We've looked into the page source, and there was some view state type of things that we got rid of actually. And then we also, if we take a look at the cookies, we saw a few different things happening here. We've got so we've got this local dot, and there's a session ID for that local Sammamish Mortgage one, and that's when I navigated to the actual local.sammamish. But then we've got the Sammamish Mortgage one, and it has this ASP.NET session ID. So if I remove this and come back here and reload this page, and I click on one of these links, it'll go there, whereas before it wouldn't. But then if I navigate back to this local page and I actually refresh it, and then I try to navigate to one of these pages, it works this time. Let's go to one of these, Bremerton, and then click S. Yeah, we get the same 404 error. And again, if I come back here, so it looks like to me that it's a session issue. and I'm not sure if it's the local dot session interfering with the SammamishMortgage.com one, but that's really what we found. So we've got, again, we can delete that one. We can get rid of this session. We can even get rid of this one too. This is just Google Analytics. And if we come back here, go back to this local page, refresh it, and then it'll navigate there just fine. If we come back here, we don't click on a city, we go back to estimate, we get this error again. So I think the cookie is getting set on either of the two locations. I'm not entirely sure if there's some type of cookie interference or domain session state type of interference going on there, but every time I delete this cookie, it goes back to working. So anyhow, if you could please help us out, give us a hand, that would be much appreciated. And thank you for your time and your expertise.